guys, it's Manager Kylie, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you the rules of disc golf. So today I'm going to go through the rules of disc golf and all the different information that you need to know to be able to play disc golf, both competitively and for fun. You might also hear this referred to as Frisbee golf. That's because some people refer to what you use in the sport as disc, and some people may also call them Frisbees. I might flip around which one I call them in this video, but just understand I'm talking about the same thing. If you guys are interested in more sports administration videos just like this, definitely subscribe button, turn the bell to get notified every time I upload, as I post a new video every single Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're going to dive into the rules for this sport. And if you're interested in rules for any other sport, definitely let me know in the comments or check out the playlist linked at the end sharing rules for lots of different sports. So when playing disc golf, the basic goal is to get the lowest score at the end. The game is scored similar to golf, and this game is a mix of both golf and ultimate frisbee. So there's some different techniques similar to what you would use in ultimate frisbee, but the scoring and setup of the game is very similar to what you would use in a traditional game of golf. Each hole you're shooting to go for a target that has a little basket on it and some metal chains, and that's where you have to get the disc to land at the end to be able to end that hole. For the sport, players are throwing different plastic discs, and some of these have different purposes for them, and I'll explain that later. They're throwing these different plastic type discs for either 9 or 18 holes, depending on the setup of the course. And similar to golf, but even more complex, is that no two holes are going to be the same no matter where in the world you play this sport. There's vastly different terrain. One cool thing about disc golf is you can literally have a tree in the middle of nowhere in the way. You might also literally have the target set up in the middle of a bunch of trees. So you don't need a clear, wide open area to be able to play this. These are going to be set up through trees, through rough areas, over water obstacles. There's lots of ways this can be set up. Sometimes it's literally on the side of a mountain. Sometimes it's more on your traditional golf style course. So there's lots of places that you can play disc golf, and the holes are all very set up in a very unique way. So each hole starts with somebody on the tee box area, and they throw their first disc. From there, wherever that lands, they're going to throw their next disc as long as they stay behind where that initial disc landed. And then they're going to keep going this until they get their disc to land in the target at the end. If it just hits the target at the end, that doesn't count. It has to hit the target and land in the basket in that target for the hole to end. You're going to alternate throws with whoever you're playing against. So if you're playing with somebody else, you're going to alternate throws. You're going to go, they're going to go, and then as you get closer to the hole, then once somebody finishes, the other person will finish off. And the scoring for this is similar to golf. So every hole has a par value. So this is the expected number of throws it will take for somebody to get the disc into the target at the end. This par value is generally 3, 4, 5, similar to those in golf, and scoring's done the same way. So if you shoot even to par, you're going to get a 0, which is even a par. If you shoot one below par, you'll get a -1, which is a birdie. If you shoot one above par, you'll get a +1, which is a bogey. And just like golf, the lowest score at the end of the 9 or 18 holes is going to be your winner. When it comes to throwing the disc, there are 3 most common types of discs, but you may have tons of different discs like you have tons of different clubs in golf. The first one's a driver, and this one's really meant to get that distance. You want to get that distance right off the tee box so that you have easier throws coming up. The next one is either called a fairway or a mid-range. This one has both the ability to throw for distance, but also has a little bit more accuracy to it. This is trying to get you right up next to the hole. And then your final one is called your putter. And the way this disc is, it's really not meant for distance at all. It actually doesn't fly very far at all, but it's meant for those short, very accurate, just trying to get the disc into the target at the end. You're going to have a mix of these. Each one of these discs has slightly different shape to them so that they fly through the wind and through the air in a different way. You can also try many different throws. So you might have a different way of holding the disc, throwing the disc, things along that lines, and you're going to figure out what works best for you. But the different types of throws may allow you to throw a farther distance, more accurate, may allow you to add some curve to your throw. So there's different throws used to try to get the disc where you need it to go. Just like in golf, a hole-in-one is pretty rare, but it is possible. So if you are able to throw the disc directly from the tee box all the way to the target and get it to land in the target, you would get a hole-in-one. You may also play match play, so if it's just you and one other person playing, you may play match play, and what this is if you win the hole, you get a point. If you tie the hole, nobody gets a point. And then if you lose the hole, the other person gets the point, and then at the end of this, the person with the most points, so if you're playing 9 holes, the max they could get was 9 points. The person with the most points would win that way. This is more if you're playing just one-on-one versus with a big group in some sort of tournament style. And then one other thing that can affect your score is penalties. So if for some reason your disc lands out of bounds, it lands in a water hazard, or you do something illegal, so you throw your disc when you're in front of your last landing spot, things along that lines, you do get a 1-stroke penalty. So this just adds to your score, so it just adds like another throw. It mimics that you already took an extra throw to get the disc where you need to go. And you do one big thing that's important, it has to play where the disc lies. So if you're in the middle of the trees and that's where the disc lies, assuming that's inbounds, you just have to play from there. So it might make it harder to do your next throw. So you just have to play from in the middle of the trees if that's where your disc is, and you can't step in front of your disc at all. So sometimes it's a lot about strategy on where you're trying to land in the fairway and get the best throw and the easiest throw for your next opportunity to try to get the disc towards the target. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. Again, this is just the basics of disc golf. If you have any questions about the sport, this is definitely something fun that you can play in the summer with your friends or play competitively. Definitely let me know in the comments down below. I'd be happy to give you any more information that you're looking to learn about. Again, like I mentioned, the scoring is very similar to golf, so I do have some videos on golf scoring if you're interested in checking that out to try to better understand how to mark some of the different scores. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next Wednesday.